The head coach of the national team went off on a reporter when asked about Fever fans and Clark supporters taking over the Target Center in Minneapolis.
That other side, I mean...
I don't get two shits.
How about one?
Not even one shit.
For someone in Reeves' position, this was not the best look.
In a dramatic showdown that has captivated millions worldwide, Caitlin Clark's rise from overlooked rookie to record-breaking sensation has shattered expectations and redefined women's basketball. After being snubbed by Olympic selectors and dismissed by critics, Clark's unstoppable journey has culminated in a historic 1.3 million viewers tuning in, setting new viewership records and igniting a cultural revolution. This is more than just a story of extraordinary talent. It's a powerful shift in the sports landscape, challenging old paradigms and spotlighting a new generation of stars ready to reshape the future of women's athletics. The snub that ignited a movement. It all started with a controversial decision that sent shockwaves through the sports world. Caitlin Clark, the electrifying young star from Iowa, was shockingly left off the roster for the 2024 U.S. Women's Basketball Olympic team. The official explanation cited lack of experience, but insiders knew better. The real reasons were rooted in age-old politics, legacy concerns, and resistance to change. Clark's rise had been nothing short of extraordinary. Her highlight reels went viral overnight, showcasing her uncanny ability to score from anywhere on the court. Her charisma drew millions of fans, young and old, who saw in her a fresh face, a new symbol of women's basketball. Yet, the Olympic Selection Committee, led by figures like Dawn Staley and Cheryl Reeve, seemed hesitant to embrace her. The decision felt less like a strategic choice and more like a statement. The old guard was still in control. The public response was immediate and fierce. Social media exploded with outrage. Fans, former players, analysts, and commentators condemned the snub as emblematic of an outdated system resistant to progress. Many argued that Clark's exclusion was less about her skill and more about deep-rooted biases, political, racial, and gender-based, that still influence the sport's leadership. This decision ignited a broader conversation about meritocracy versus legacy. Clark had dominated at every level, from high school through college, yet was being denied the chance to showcase her talent on the biggest global stage. It became a symbol of how entrenched interests often hinder the growth of women's sports, prioritizing tradition over innovation. Transition from college phenom to league game changer. Despite the Olympic controversy, Caitlin Clark's professional debut in the WNBA proved she was more than a college star. Her rookie season was a spectacle, a testament to her resilience and skill set. Skeptics questioned whether her college dominance would translate against seasoned professionals, but Clark quickly dispelled doubts with her electrifying performances. Her debut with the Indiana Fever was nothing short of revolutionary. Early games showcased her scoring prowess, court vision, and leadership, transforming the Fever into one of the league's most exciting teams. Her presence on the court became a magnet for fans, media, and sponsors alike. The Fever's preseason game against Brazil drew an astonishing crowd of nearly 15,000, a record for a women's preseason match. Fans packed the arena, eager to witness Clark's magic firsthand. Cameras captured fans recording TikToks, taking selfies, and cheering her every move. That game was more than a warm-up. It was a declaration. Caitlin Clark had arrived, and the game would never be the same. Television ratings soared. A game aired on ION, a network with limited prior recognition in women's sports, drew over 10 million viewers. The Fever, long considered an underdog franchise, suddenly became a national sensation. Clark's influence extended beyond points scored. Her confidence, authenticity, and unfiltered personality resonated deeply with audiences craving genuine, relatable stars. The changing of the guard, politics, power, and progress. Behind the scenes, the old guard of women's basketball, embodied by influential figures like Dawn Staley, Cheryl Reeve, and the Olympic Selection Committee, began to feel the tremors of change. Clark's rise challenged their authority over the sport's narrative, player selection, and league decisions. Sue Bird, a legendary icon and now a key figure in USA basketball, emerged as a vocal supporter of Clark. Her endorsement signaled a shift from behind-closed-doors politics to a more merit-based, performance-driven approach. Bird's backing was not just symbolic, it was strategic, signaling a new era where talent and marketability mattered most. The departure of committee members like Dawn Staley and Jennifer Rosati further signaled a power shift. Their exit indicated that the sport's leadership was beginning to embrace a more progressive, results-oriented vision. This change enabled the league and USA Basketball to prioritize players like Clark, stars who could elevate the sport's profile and attract global audiences. Recognizing her potential, league officials began to recalibrate their strategies. They understood that growing the sport required authentic stars, players who could sell tickets, fill arenas, and resonate with diverse demographics. Clark was no longer an outsider. She was becoming the face of women's basketball's future. Cultural warfare and the rise of the exciting whites. One of the most compelling aspects of Clark's ascent is her identity as a charismatic, outspoken white athlete. Traditionally, women's basketball has been perceived through racial and gendered stereotypes, either as a sport dominated by black women or as niche entertainment for specific audiences. Clark's emergence challenges these narratives head-on. Critics initially dismissed her as overhyped, often veering into racially charged commentary aimed at undermining her influence. Some commentators accused her of selling out or questioned her authenticity, revealing lingering biases rooted in outdated stereotypes about women's sports and race. But Clark responded with resilience and confidence. She embraced her identity, style of play, and popularity, transforming them into symbols of progress. Her success has inspired a new wave of white athletes entering the sport, players who are talented, outspoken, and unafraid to shine in the spotlight. This cultural shift has sparked what some analysts are calling cultural warfare on the hardwood. Clark's presence disrupts long-standing stereotypes, challenging perceptions of femininity, race, and aesthetic standards. Her exciting whites movement isn't just a marketing ploy. It's a bold statement about breaking barriers and expanding women's basketball's appeal to broader audiences. The league has recognized the commercial potential of this narrative. Villains and heroes alike sell tickets, and Clark's candid, unfiltered persona makes her a lightning rod for both admiration and criticism. The story has transcended the sport, becoming a battleground of identity, representation, and societal change. Building a powerhouse, the Indiana Fever's transformation. Clark's arrival in Indiana has been transformative for the franchise. Once a perennial underdog, the Fever now stands as a legitimate championship contender, thanks to strategic offseason moves that emphasize supporting her talent and elevating the league's profile. The team assembled a roster featuring emerging stars like Aaliyah Boston, Natasha Howard, Dana Bonner, and Kelsey Mitchell. Their chemistry and depth have improved dramatically, culminating in a preseason victory over Brazil, an emphatic 108-44 blowout that showcased their potential. Tickets for Fever games are selling at unprecedented rates. The team's schedule is packed with nationally televised contests, with 41 of 44 games slated for major networks, signs of a franchise and league on the rise. Each game has become a narrative, a story of rebirth, driven by Clark's star power and leadership. Beyond wins and losses, Clark has become a symbol of the league's transformation. Her presence has attracted sponsors, media attention, and a new wave of fans eager to see what's next. Her influence is inspiring communities and young athletes, proving that with talent and determination, the landscape of women's basketball can be reshaped. The numbers speak for themselves: record-breaking viewership and impact. Quantitative data confirms the cultural and commercial impact Clark's rise has generated. Last season's viewership numbers shattered previous records, with over 3.3 million viewers tuning into the Fever vs. Chicago Sky game in June, the highest in 23 years. Nearly 3 million watched the Fever vs. Connecticut Sun game on ESPN, setting new league records. Multiple games on the ION network drew over 1 million viewers each, with the Fever consistently featured prominently. These figures aren't just numbers. They represent a seismic shift in the sport's popularity and mainstream acceptance. Clark's star power pulls in diverse audiences, energizes the fan base, and proves that women's basketball can command attention on par with major men's leagues. Social media metrics further validate her impact. Highlights of her plays go viral across TikTok and Instagram, and her follower counts have exploded. Clark has become a household name, a trending topic, and an emblem of the sport's bright future. The future is bright, thanks to Caitlin Clark. The story of Caitlin Clark is a testament to what perseverance and authenticity can achieve. From being dismissed as a mere college star to becoming a cultural icon, her journey embodies the spirit of progress and possibility. Her rise is more than a sports story. It's a movement, a challenge to the old, a celebration of diversity, and an invitation for more young girls and women to see themselves in the game. Clark has become a symbol of hope, resilience, and the transformative power of authentic talent. With her leading the charge, the future of women's basketball looks promising. As new stars emerge, leagues grow, and stereotypes fall, one thing is certain: Caitlin Clark has changed the game forever, and she's just getting started.